Biobiology is the study of how your living environment affects your health, both in your home and in your office.
I love design. I've always had a passion for creativity, colors, making things look beautiful. I believe everyone should live in beautiful spaces. However, it wasn't until I actually moved into a home that was newly remodeled and I became very ill very quickly, and that I realized the importance of the products that we use in our homes. And that not only do products have to look beautiful, but they have to make us feel good.
It really gives me pride to make a difference in the health of a family. So watching them actually implement some of these basic steps.
Now my approach to design is more of a holistic approach. It's not form follows function, which is typical in design. It's now health comes first, and then it needs to function, and how is it going to look in the space. So when I first meet a client, I'll sit down and I'll assess the needs of the client, depending on their budget. You know, sometimes we're on a smaller budget and we have to work within restrictions. Sometimes we've got a very large budget and we can go to town.
It's great that you're getting rid of the carpeting, because typically carpeting traps in dust, traps in chemical pesticides.
The pool's out there too, so if the kids are coming in with wet feet, it's going to be just a breeding ground for mold.
And my goal is to make their dreams come true by creating a space that they enjoy, but underneath all of it is healthy products.
Not only from a health perspective, from a design perspective, people don't realize there's a lot of luxurious items that you could put in your home that look just as good, if not better, than some of the standard options out there.
With most clients, especially nowadays, a lot of people are on a budget, and so we might just do one room at a time, which I think is great and a lot of fun, and we can focus on that. People don't have to be overwhelmed with an entire house. One of my favorite rooms to work on is the bedroom. It's the most important room, in my opinion, because it's the room we spend the most time in.
Children today are exposed to a lot more chemicals than they used to be. In fact, recent studies show that babies in the U.S. are born with an average of 200 chemicals already in their bloodstream.
Trista Ryan Sutter, they didn't want to settle on luxury. They wanted a nice looking nursery for their child, and they didn't sacrifice on health either. They had some great non-toxic options they used that were very cosmetically appealing.
Ron and I are like the yin and the yang. Even though we're similar in a lot of ways, we both have a passion for creating great, healthy spaces. We always bring a different perspective to every project. Now, in all the healthy home transformations, you definitely see and feel a drastic difference from start to finish. So for instance, if we're working with a living room, we are going to start at the bottom and work our way up. What are they walking on every day? What are their pets, laying on? What are their kids playing on? And then we're gonna go up from there and look at the furniture. No one's really thinking about a lot of the hidden toxins that could be in the foam, in the fire retardant treatments on the fabric, chemical dyes. What are people sitting on every night watching TV? And then we're gonna look at lighting, we're gonna look at the paints on the walls, and we're gonna assess every part. And when we finish, there is a complete drastic difference.
We've actually made suggestions for certain families to get graphite paint, for example, to block out high radio frequencies. At first, they're a little scared. They're looking at their wall covered in black paint, but then they're pleased to know that we can paint it with a different color afterwards. It looks beautiful, and they have a sound night's sleep afterwards.
Just to transform the beauty of a space always makes people happy. We definitely always want to be surrounded by beauty. But I have had clients, crying because they're so emotional, the transformation that's happened in their home. And to see their kids being healthy, to see them feeling better every day. Once you know something, you can't go back. Once you realize how these toxins are hidden in the products you use every day and how they're affecting you, there's no way that you can make choices that are toxic anymore.